Yo, what's up? Another edition of the Trucker Diary series. This is Mr. Mike, and I am stuck in traffic right now. You know, yesterday I was in Miami, and I recorded two episodes for that day. And today I woke up at I stopped last night. I stopped at a service plaza off of the Florida Turnpike, heading up to Lakeland. So I stopped at a plaza last night and woke up, and I made it to Lakeland. I got my load, and now I'm heading back to Jacksonville. I am on 429, the toll road, and apparently there's a big wreck ahead, and so traffic is really just at a standstill. It's 1:11. You know what I'm saying? It's a Thursday. So, but I hope you guys are doing well. You know what I'm saying? This is one of those things that happen when you drive a lot. You know, wrecks happen all the time, every day. You know, all areas of the world. Something you just got to deal with. So it's a wreck up here. Apparently they're cleaning it up. We're trying to get I hope everybody's okay, of course. But these things happen, you know. But anyways, I'm kind of I feel a little something. It's just weird. I need to figure out if it's are we in Mercury retrograde? I don't know. It could be around that time. So if you don't believe in that, I mean, we're all affected by everything. So whether you believe it or not, you know. But I don't know if we are in a retrograde period, but we probably are getting close to it. But if you don't know what that is, it's basically a certain time of year, usually around, like, I want to say 3 or 4 times a year, depending on how long the year is. It's when the planet Mercury, the rotation of the planet Mercury, it's slower than ours. It's slower than Earth's rotation. When Mercury's rotation is slightly slower than ours, it affects us because they say Mercury is the planet of communication, I guess. And so, you know, it's a time where certain things may happen. You may, you know, everyday things that usually are working, like it affects electronics to a degree, not like every day in the period, but sometimes you may experience like glitches in certain electronic devices, not necessarily your cell phone, but anything that's supposed to, like, you know, you turn something on and it doesn't turn on or something, or, you know, just slightly malfunction or something like that. You know, I'm just kind of giving various examples, and that's I don't know like in great detail of what it is, but I think that's the basis of it. When the planet Mercury is the rotation is slower than our rotation, you know, it affects us to a degree. And so they say it's not, you know, it depends on if you believe in like horoscopes and numerology and things like that. It affects you. Like if there's a retrograde period during your sign, during your horoscope, you know, it may affect your sign to a degree, I believe. Something like that. I invite you to read more into it, but I don't know if right now is the period. It's May 23rd, so I don't know yet. But you know, when it happens, you kind of feel a little, you know. Sometimes you have communication problems. You can't get the words right. Like if you're writing something, or, you know what I'm saying, you may not get, you know, how you usually communicate. You know, you may have a relapse, or you may have trouble coming up with the words that are regularly in your vocabulary, I think. Kind of like what I'm going through right now. And it may affect your mood and your emotion or something like. I don't know. I just happen to bring that up because I just kind of feel a certain way. I don't know, but I'm not blaming it. I mean, it's not. I'm not blaming the retrograde for my thing. I mean, I'm just feeling. I'm just feeling a certain way. So you may ask, why did you bring it up? I mean, because that's what I just happen to think about that because it's kind of, I don't know. It's a whimsical thought. I was just curious if that was the time or not. So if it is, I don't know. But I hope you guys are doing well. Some things are going on. I guess so. Your boy Mnuchin was like, I think we're going to hold off on a Harriet Tubman being on a $20 bill. So, it's kind of like, oh yeah, I mean, duh, what I'm saying? Because I just think, by and large, we don't. I think white people, this is a broad stroke. Now, I'm not saying all white people because but I think white people, or especially older white people, I don't know. I think they just have this start of, black people are taking over everything. You know what I'm saying? Or making certain advances. You know what I'm saying? And so, by any means, they will try to stop or halt that sort of momentum, I guess. If they see a sort of rising, you know what I mean? Like closing the gap between white and success and black and not as successful. We're sort of bridging that gap, or we're making that gap smaller. And so the separation is becoming small. I mean, we still got, a ways to go or whatever on that scale, you know what I mean? But I think generally white people are just, they are sensitive, I guess, or they understand that, they can't hold us back in all aspects of life at all times anymore. We've come a long way. We still got a ways to go. We still, and so I think that's sort of the general consensus. You know what I mean? I think, but I'll be honest, I didn't read into the article itself, but it's kind of like, what could be a valid reason to why we're gonna hold off on Harriet Tubman not being on the $20 bill? Like, why? What could be a valid reason? Like, it takes time to print. It takes a lot of time to I guess get the right picture and print. You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of like valid reason to hold off on that? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's why I'm going to the general mindset when, if you scroll down or read just a headline that says, Harriet Tubman's face being on the $20 bill is gonna, they're gonna halt that whole thing. I mean, you start to think, okay, yeah, they don't want that sort of, I don't know, recognition I don't know. It just seems like it's a halt, or they're trying to stall the advancement of, or stall the recognition of black people being, coming up. You know what I'm saying? And it just seems a little fishy, a little skeptical about that whole situation. But that's just a headline. I didn't read too much about it. You know what I mean? I usually when I see an article, I read about it. As in this other article I read, and I looked at the headline, and then I actually read the article. I saw an article talking about scientists are 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 showing studies of how fasting is very, very beneficial to your health, and it may stop if you have cancer, it can really stop fasting can help decrease cancer cells, because you're not if you're fasting, you're not feeding anything the cancer can get from the foods that you eat. So if you stop fasting, it makes the cancer cells hungry for something to feed it to grow, for the disease to grow. And so when you're fasting, you're not feeding it anything, because you're not feeding your body, anything other than water, and it stops the growth of the cancer cells. And as soon as I read it, I was like, fuck, man. Didn't Dr. Sebi, like, if you watch any Dr. Sebi videos, he mentions fasting as part of his healing process for all sorts of diseases. You know what I'm saying? And the article mentioned it can definitely help with diabetes, which that's why I mentioned, on this health thing this healthy lifestyle that I'm trying to live. I've mentioned that I want to fast. I want to do it at least once before this year is out. I want to prepare. I want to do it the right way. I don't want to do it willy-nilly and really, cause any damage to me, or just do it the wrong way. I want to, get some help about it. But yeah, scientists are recognizing that fasting is beneficial to healing your body from certain diseases. And I think, yeah, Dr. Sebi's been talking about that for years. Before he died, he's been talking about, his claims about curing all diseases, AIDS, sickle cell, diabetes, and other major illnesses that we're still trying to cure. And he was able to do that by just fasting and taking herbs, medicinal herbs. You know what I mean? And after he died, his business, his practices, his healing products are still available throughout his family members. I think he had multiple wives, and they're still running his business. His wives and his children, his daughters, they're still running or selling his products. And so, but I'm just saying that he's been saying that for years. He's been saying that for decades. He went to trial in the 80s, and he went to trial in the 80s for practicing medicine without a license. He beat the case, and but he's not out there in the mainstream media. But he's been saying that for years. Fasting helps cure all those diseases. Fasting and taking the herbs, and just stop eating the stuff that are causing the illness to begin with. So he's saying he was always an advocate for not eating meat. Stop eating because meat carries parasites and different toxins, and it goes everywhere in your body. And so when you're fasting, you're letting your body get rid of those parasites and those different toxins. And so now I read this article about that yesterday, and it basically says, scientists have confirmed that fasting does help. And it's like, really? So I don't know. It's just weird. Like, Dr. Sebi has been saying that for years, and now we're sort of coming to grips with it. It was a study, I think it was from the scientists from University of Southern California, I believe it was. So, but it's like, I guess we'd rather hear it from universities than a person that the medical community may have deemed a quack. So it's interesting how things like come around. You know what I mean? But R.I.P. to Dr. Sebi, Alfredo Bowman. You know what I mean? But I would invite you to read more about these things, because I'm sort of paraphrasing. I'm in a truck and I'm driving. you know what I'm saying, I'm stuck in traffic. You know what I mean? I think there's just a big wreck up here. And so, but I just read these things, and the first thing I thought was like, man, Dr. Sebi already talked about this, because you know I've watched his videos. I watched several videos of his lectures, of his teachings, going to different places and teaching about, you know, kind of the concepts of how he cures different diseases. And he talked about that fasting is key. Fasting is key. So, but you know, knowledge is power. So if it works, it works. Yeah, because I want to fast. I want to make sure, you know, I'm eating healthy. I'm trying to live a healthy life. But yes, fasting is part of this lifestyle that I'm implementing. You know what I mean? So I hope you guys are doing, or you know, you don't have to fast or anything like that. I'm just saying, I hope you guys are living healthy. You know what I'm saying? I hope you're eating healthy foods and living well, and living your healthiest life. So, okay, this guy, there's a truck driver who actually got outside of his truck and he's telling everybody to move over to the left lane for some reason. He has his hazard lights on. I guess he's in trouble. I don't know what he's doing. But I'm gonna get over to the left, but it's gonna be kind of hard. There's a million cars behind me, a million trucks behind me. So that's what's going on. But I hope you guys are doing well. It's a Thursday. I'm trying to get my hair done, get my hair did on Saturday. You know, shout out to Natural Wonders out there. Go see her. Hopefully I can get it done if I'm not on the road, because my Memorial Weekend is this weekend, and yeah, he's not gonna let me in. This white truck and this white car is not gonna let me in, and this black Jeep is not gonna let me in, but this red car is. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you, Volkswagen. These other white cars, you know, I'm over here talking about white people. White cars too. Shit. But it was also a black Jeep that didn't let me in. But this red little Volkswagen let me in. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's Memorial Day this weekend. So my company is, you know, they told us that we might, you know, some of us be probably working this weekend, so I may not even make my hair appointment. So we'll see. Hopefully I can get there, you know, and get my hair. I'm gonna try to get it locked up, because it's kind of crazy right now. It's been unkempt, and I probably shouldn't even grow hair, because I don't take great care of it. I don't, you know, well, first of all, I don't go to a truck stop every night. I'm not in Jacksonville every night, so I don't go to a truck stop to take a decent shower. So, because it's good to wash. At least it's good to wash my hair every day. But sometimes I don't do it, and I try to be as clean as possible. But living this truck life, I probably should, you know. Well, not probably. I'm not gonna be doing this, you know, for the next like 10 years. No, this is not gonna be my career. This is something that got me out of a financial hole. There's a skill that I've acquired, and so it's good that I have this Class A license, and you know, having that sort of accolades or whatever. But this ain't gonna be the rest of my life, no. But I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are listening to my beautiful voice, and it's soothing. You get something out of this. And the more I'm talking to you, the better I'm feeling. So, you know, but life out here on the road is interesting, man. You know, it's just a lot of days away from home, and living in this truck. This truck is, you know, this is where I lay my head at, you know, and I'm sort of getting over it, but this is the life right now. It's kind of like, you know, being in the Navy and stuff, you know, just being out at sea, you know, you're just constantly away from your normal surroundings, your normal environment. You're just constantly moving, you're out, you know, so, but yeah, this traffic is just dragging along, man. It's crazy. So dragging along. And I think I have another load after this too. They want me to do some other shit. I don't know, man. It just seems like a slow day today. You know what I mean? So I don't want to drag this on too long, because I don't want to drag your day down. That's why I be, talking about some interesting things. Pacquiao and Thurman had their little press conference. They're trying to promote their fight, their July 20th fight. And it's funny. It's interesting to watch Manny Pacquiao. He's 40 years old now, and he's still got it. He's still in shape. He's still got the focus, and I think he's gonna take out Thurman. I don't think Thurman is polished enough yet. You know what I mean? I think if he would have waited for some, because there's a bunch of welterweights, a bunch of other champions he can fight before you fight a legend. But I think his thing is he wants to beat, a Hall of Fame legend like Manny Pacquiao, and then that will sort of raise his status, if you will. But Pacquiao's not a typical, older guy. He's not a typical guy past his prime. I mean, he's smarter now. His physical ability may not be as when he, back in 2011, 2010 or whatever. But I think he still got it. He still got the footwork. He still got the speed. I think he's at 40 years old. I think he's still, as quick or quicker than Thurman. So, and plus the experience and the head knowledge, his reflexes are still there. So, and plus he likes people who likes to fight. He loves to figure out the holes in people's offense and exploit them. He loves doing that. He hates trying to, if someone's being too defensive, where he has to chase him around, and like the Broner fight or like the Mayweather fight, where he just he didn't have to chase Mayweather around, but it was just Mayweather was way more defensive, and Pacquiao just wants to fight. You know what I'm saying? That's what he wants. So Thurman's gonna give him a fight. He's gonna open up. Thurman is still kind of he is getting sharper. He is getting he's getting that experience as a fighter. But he still has tendencies to throw a little. He throws his punches a little wide. A little like, as Teddy Atlas would say, fat punches. Where it's just a little wide. You know what I'm saying? And I think Pacquiao's smart enough to deal with that, even at his age. So that's my take on it. But Thurman is a Florida guy, so if he wins, that'll be cool. You know what I'm saying? I love, I root for the Florida guys, but I just don't think he'll get it. The greatest Florida boxer that came out was Roy Jones Jr. out of Pensacola. But I think he will. I don't know. I don't want to put words in his mouth. But I think he would say that Pacquiao has the edge too. I think, but we'll see. But that'll be an interesting fight. I happened to look at on YouTube their press conference. Them hyping up the event out in LA, and when they talk to both fighters, it's kind of like Pacquiao is so resilient. He's like, we'll find out in the ring. He's like a lot of boxers, like to talk and like to do this and try to promote the fight and hype the fight up, but we'll find out in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Now, he kept saying that. He said it like 3 or 4 times throughout their exchange. So it's like, we'll find out in the ring. So and his English is getting better and better. And I mentioned that yesterday. in this country, we're so self-centered. We only like people who speak our language instead of us learning other languages. Like, you know what I mean? So that's what it is. But wow, this traffic is really dragging. I think I went like the last 45 minutes. I went probably maybe 2 miles. Jeez, man. So it's just one of those days today, man. Not really feeling, but I hope you guys are doing well, man. You don't have to fight through all this traffic. You know, it's a little after lunchtime, so you're back in your jobs, and so you're working. You don't have to drive for a job like I do. You just have to drive to your job, and then you do your work, and then you go home. So I hope you guys are doing that. I hope you guys are you know, doing all these mundane assignments that you was like, fuck it, I'm gonna put on my earphones, put on my earbuds, and listen to Mr. Mike. I hope you're doing that. Hope you're kind enough to listen to what I have to say. You know what I'm saying? I hope you're out there, you know. So I hope you truck drivers are out there listening. But the thing about truck drivers, though, you know, I do mention weed, and I don't want nobody be saying, oh yeah, because I'm not smoking weed, but I have before, and I like doing it, but I'm not doing it now. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no truck driver to be, oh, this dude, blah blah blah, while they're doing a line of coke in the back. You know what I'm saying? You know, they're parking their truck and doing a line of coke. You know what I'm saying? So, but I hope you guys are out there just doing your jobs, and I'm just anxious to see, you know, what's on your mind, how people are responding to these, and you know, I'm checking my YouTube and checking to see if there's any views. There's a few of them that don't have any views. You know, there's only some that has like 5 or 6 views or whatever, and that's probably me like editing the videos, making sure it's working right. You know what I mean? But I want you guys to listen. I actually, last night I've been kind of promoting it. You know, I put a thing out on Facebook. I probably need to get plugged into other social media sites, because I think the kids are sort of over Facebook. Well, it's not really for kids, really. So, because I use a lot of bad language. But yeah, I put a thing out there, an ad or whatever. I'm gonna do the free shit. I'm not paying Facebook to fucking boost the shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not paying them for that. Because I thought about it. I almost did it too, but I'm like, you know what? Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Because it's all they're doing is like increasing the algorithm. They're not, you know, engaging with everybody on my page or whatever. So, but if you know Mr. Mike, I have a Mr. Mike page, and then I have my regular page or whatever. So I post it on both of those, and so you can just go to the playlist and listen and leave comments. My comments are always available, so you can say all the shitty things that you want to say, or all the good things you want to say. And, you know, the choice is yours. It's, you know, it's up to you. You know what I'm saying? If it's interesting enough and I want to comment, I'll probably read it. And no, I will read it, and then I'll most likely will probably respond to it on the next show. But I did think about, I have been doing these sort of kind of every day when I started it. You know, every day I would try to hit the record button and record every day. But I think, I don't know, I think after this week I'll probably chill out for a couple of days, just to give it some air. You know, give the episodes time to breathe, so you can sort of listen to them, so you can kind of, I guess, I don't know, catch up if you want to listen to all of them. But they're all there. You know what I'm saying? I may, you know, reduce the time I do them per week. I don't know. We'll see. Because I don't want to make episodes where I'm just like kind of dragging my feet, you know what I mean, and running out of things to say. So, because it's kind of like that first date, you know, you say everything that you think is interesting to the spouse, but you keep doing it, you keep coming up with interesting things, you're gonna run out of things to say, and then other shit starts to happen and starts to get mundane. It starts to get boring a little bit in your relationship, and I don't want to do that with you. You know what I mean? So I want to give you your space and give you time to sort of digest all the things that I'm saying, because I do say a lot. I do mention a lot of things that are obscure. So just take time to listen to all the artists that inspire me that you may not know about, or all the books that I recommend that you read that you may not know about. So just kind of give you some time to do some of those things. You know what I mean? So, but I'll always be here. I always, as long as I'm alive, I'll give you a little bit of content, a little bit of something from my mind, from my heart, and I hope you will listen. But if you don't listen, it's out there in the airwaves. Somebody will pick it up. Some entity will pick it up. Some angels or demons will pick it up and use it as information for something, whatever their purpose is. So I'm just releasing it to the air, And the internet is a great way to communicate your thoughts, reach out to people that you never thought that you can reach, and so that's why I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying? So, it just challenged me to speak more, express myself more, because I don't do that, because I'm a quiet guy. And usually quiet people are around a lot of people who talk a lot, a lot of people who talk too much, a lot of people who are attention whores, and they always want your attention. They always think they have something to say. So, but the thing is, I have a lot to say. I just don't say it at certain times, because I don't know. I don't know. So I'm just sort of building, I guess, a little platform for me to speak my mind. So if you agree or disagree, just say what you got to say. But it's mostly cloudy today. I think I see what the problem, well, at least a little bit of what the problem is up here. I see some state troopers up here, I guess, dealing with the problems. But this 429 toll booth, man, it's stuck. We're stuck right now. I guess it may be a truck accident. Most likely, it probably is. It's probably a truck accident where it took up both sides of both lanes, and so they can't even open one side up. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know which side I should be on yet. So. But I hope you guys are being safe out there, man. Please be safe out on the road. Try, minimize the distractions at all costs. Don't be distracted while driving. Like I said before, my recording device that I'm doing these episodes on is on my cell phone, and it is mounted. It is mounted, and I have both hands, sometimes just one hand, but I have both hands on the wheel right now. And so my head is on the swivel. I'm looking left, right, checking my mirrors, checking who's behind me, in front of me, on the side of me. All the, any vehicle that could affect me. I'm cognizant of all that, what's going on. So I'm not sitting here with a cell phone up to my ear like I'm talking on the phone. I'm not doing that. No, my cell phone is mounted. The recording device, the app, is mounted, and I'm just trying to speak as loudly as I can, as clear as I can, as clear as I can, so you can listen to everything that I'm saying. So that's what's going on. What did I eat today? This morning I went to the plaza I said I stopped at last night. I woke up this morning. I went to Subway and got a Subway wrap, spinach wrap situation, with some turkey and some vegetables. What did I put on there? I put spinach, tomatoes, and yellow peppers, and some a little bit of guacamole, and a little bit of oil and vinegar. So I had that this morning, and when I left the fuel station, I went to get fuel today, and I left the fuel station, I got me some kettle chips, bag of kettle chips. I ate some of those. I didn't finish it. I had an apple and just drinking water throughout the day. And today, I actually I highly recommend you guys put a slice of that cucumber in your water. I told y'all that, man. And today, you know, going to Subway, and this is a good way to get, you know, some free cucumbers. You know what I'm saying? If you go to Subway and get whatever you want, get what you know, just ask for a side of cucumbers. They'll give them to you. You know, I never had a Subway employee refuse to give me cucumbers, and she gave me you know, quite a bit of them, like a few slices, like probably like 5 or 6 slices, and she cut them pretty nice and thick too. They're not, you know, real skinny. So I saved them. I put them in the fridge in a little container. And so I have some extra cucumber slices. So if you hit me up, I'll probably give you one. But yeah, I got some cucumbers in my water now. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to me. You know. Oh my God! I think it is a truck. I think it is a truck. I can't see it. I see the state troopers. There's 3 of them up here. 2 of them with their lights on, with their siren lights on, but I can't make out. Is that a truck? I can't see it. I gotta get closer. But it looks like a truck. Oh wow! Oh wow! I think they're completely. Oh wow! I think they're just closing the entire highway. So I'm gonna have to take this exit. Oh my God! Okay. Yeah, I think it is a truck situation. Oh my God, man. Okay, I guess I have to pull an audible here. That's what's going on, huh? Everybody has to take this exit. Yeah, nobody's ahead of those state troopers. State troopers are blocking all the lanes. There's something in front of them I can't make out. But it looks like a flatbed truck. It's turned all the way sideways. It's still on its tires, but it's like turned, like it's might have spent out of control or something. I'm not sure what I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take this exit though, so that's gonna be another while. I'm gonna get back over to the right lane here. Yeah, they got the cones out, and yeah, they want everybody to take this exit and try to find a way around it. So my day just got a little bit longer. And that explains why it was so freaking slow. Jeez, so that's what I'm in the middle of. This is the Trucker Diary series. There's something up here that happened, and everybody, all the traffic has to be reverted off of this highway. So that's what's going on. So people are trying to find their angles. Are you gonna let me in there, sir? Probably not. Okay, that's fine. It's cool. Go ahead and go in front of me. Go ahead. I mean, you're already there now. I can't do anything. But wow. But yeah, man. Be safe out here on the streets, guys. You know, what you do affects everyone. So if you get into a bad accident on a highway, it makes everyone's day a tad bit longer. So there were people who are probably getting upset. And you don't want too many angry drivers out here, because anger can deplete your ability to drive in a careful manner. So be careful out here, guys. Because you're literally causing a delay for thousands of people right now. So, but that's what's happening right now. I got to get off on, what's this, Winter Garden. Winter Garden exit here and find my way back to 429. Hopefully I can get around it. I don't know. But I may just have to take this all the way to I-4 and go through the heart of Orlando, which I hate to do. And that's the reason why I take this highway. But we'll see. I think, why is everybody going like all the way off the road? I guess. But yeah, it's pretty dangerous out here. So please be careful, guys. That's if anything you get, if there's anything you get from these audio blogs, these podcasts, what do you want to call them, is be safe on these streets, because this is what I do for a living right now. This is what I do for that paper. You know what I'm saying? I do this. I see accidents happen all the time. So this particular accident is causing a huge delay. Now I have to go through. So, and I completely forgot what I was talking about. I think I talked about some health. Oh yeah, I did. I mentioned I put some cucumbers in my water. I suggest you do the same. It's very soothing. It's healthful. It's healthy for your body. I mean, cucumbers in general are good for you. So you put some in some water, really pure. It helps. I guess it helps purify the water. You know. So yeah, this is. It looks like a. Oh my God. Okay, and right now I see completely. What is that? I don't even make out what that is. It looks like a truck that has been completely crushed by something. Wow. Jeez, man. But yeah, please be safe out here on these streets. Please be safe wherever you are. You know, stay alert, because you're driving a weapon. Even if you're just driving a car, that's a weapon that can kill people. It does every day. So please fasten your seatbelts. Keep your head on the swivel. Always stay alert, people. Always stay alert. But yeah, it just, oh gosh, it just looks terrible. This truck is completely destroyed, it seems like. And a bunch of, I see a bunch of debris, a bunch of whatever that truck was carrying is all over the street, all over the road, all over the highway, spilled over to the median. And I really just can't make out how this happened. But you'll probably, if you're out in Orlando, you'll probably hear it on the news. I mean, you'll probably hear it in the news, you know, throughout Florida, you know. But please be careful out here, guys. That's all I'm saying. Hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are living that healthy life. Drinking that water with the cucumbers. Eating those salads, those spinach leaves, and the nuts. And taking in some herb, you know what I'm saying? Or you smoking that herb. Healing your body. You know what I'm saying? And living that healthy life. Because that's the best life, being healthy. Hope you guys are doing all that. This is Mr. Mike, Music Illumination Consciousness. That's what it stands for. You know what I'm saying? That's my name. Okay, I'm gonna explain to you the reason why I'm called Mr. Mike. Has multiple meanings. First of all, it's the analogy that I just told you. Music Illumination Consciousness. And another reason why it's Mr. Mike is because Mike, M-I-C, is the first three letters of my real name, Michael. And also, Mike, Mr. Mike, is the weapon that I use, the microphone. So it has three different, you know, meanings. It's a simple name, but it has a powerful meaning. And on that thought, always think that there is power in simplicity. You know, there's power in simplicity. You know what I mean? So, oh, that's what happened. There's a car underneath. There's a car underneath a truck. There's a car underneath the flathead part of the truck. So apparently they collided somehow, and the truck was leaning over all of the. Okay, where am I going here now? Oh, I guess I can just keep straight. Just get back on the highway on the other side. Yeah, I guess that's what I'll do. That seems to be the way to go. Yeah. So basically, everybody. Oh, do I have this is the turning lane? No, I don't know what this is. Yes, this is. Gotta switch lanes again, so because I want to go straight. So, but yeah, that's another reason why you should stay safe out here, because you can die. Hopefully, no one died in that horrible wreck. I hope everybody's safe out there. So, but yeah, going back to Mr. Mike, that's my name, and yeah, I believe there's power in simplicity. So you on the front, when you first look at my name, like on paper or something, or you're tuning into the album, you may think that yeah, it's just a plain name, but no, it's not just plain. It has multiple meanings. So it's kind of like looking at an apple. You know, it's just an apple. It's nothing, but it has so many different elements to it that can help you with your health. You know, they say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. There's a lot of benefits of eating apples. So there's power. I believe there's power in simplicity. And then the Mr. part of my name, Mr. Mike, is because it just adds a little bit of element of respect. Some of my favorite artists had Mr. in their name. Look at, I mentioned the percussions, Mr. J Medeiros. He goes by Mr. J. He's a dope MC. I've seen him perform. Very talented with the percussions, and he has solo projects out there as well. There's Mr. Liff. There's Mr. Liff from the Perceptionist. I think he's out in Boston. And he's a solo artist as well. I believe he's part of, what's the name of that group? He's a part of that group, Thievery Corporation. He's been rapping with them. If you haven't heard of Thievery Corporation, they're a, I want to say instrumental band that plays beautiful music. And Mr. Lip, I think, joined them, and he raps on their songs, apparently. So Mr. Lip, I look up to him. There's Mr. DJ, who used to DJ. I don't know his whereabouts, what he's doing now, but he was the DJ for Outkast and Goody Mob for a long time. Mr. DJ, hey Mr. D, you guys ever heard of him? He was the DJ who did the cuts on the Outkast song Wheels of Steel. The dopest, that cut part of that song. It's one of the dopest cuts I've heard in a long time. That's the classic song, classic album. But yeah, that's Mr. DJ. So all these guys have Mr. on their name, so I just wanted to add Mr. to me. I used to just go by Mike, just MIC. But I wanted to add Mr. to it. I think it just helps. It just rings the bell and adds an element of respect, calling me Mr. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I mean, I do know. But that's the gist of it. That's the gist of, you know. So it's on paper it looks like it's just Mr. Mike, but it has all these layers. It has different meanings. So that's how Mr. Mike is. That's the concept of how I created that name. So now you hear the engine running again. I'm back on the highway. I'm on the other side of that horrible situation on the road. So I'm just gonna try to project my words a little bit more, speaking to the mic, speaking to the receiver, so you can hear my voice, my beautiful voice, my sexy voice. You love my voice, don't you? I know you do. Yeah, baby. Can't get enough of me. So, but yeah, what else is going on? I kind of lost track of the playoffs. I don't know if the Bucks and the Raptors played their game 5 yet. If not, it's probably gonna be tonight. So, but yeah, they're tied 2-2. That's that's gonna go game 7, I predict. So the winner of that is gonna have to face the biggest monster, the Golden State Warriors, which seems to be the team to beat, but no one can beat them. That's what it seems like. So that's what that is. Basketball was number one to me for a long time. I love basketball. I still do. It has changed, but I still love going out and shooting some hoops every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? I like to get out there and work on my post game or whatever. Work on my outside jumper. You know what I'm saying? So I used to love that, man. I love playing ball. One thing I love to do is playing against people that are my size or taller or bigger. It helps me elevate my game. Like if I shoot a jump shot, I really gotta jump if I'm trying to shoot over them. So it helps me to elevate and then release my jumper on the peak of my jump before I start to descend. It helps me do that. And it helps me use my body more, use my strength in that post game, going hard in the paint, as they say, which is derived from a basketball term, going hard in the paint. You know what I'm saying? Using my strength. You know what I'm saying? So, and dealing with them when I'm playing defense, dealing with them. You know what I'm saying? Standing my ground, holding my positions. You know what I'm saying? Just using my hand, using my arms in a correct way to deflect and bother the offense, bother my opponent on defense. You know what I'm saying? So I do all these things, and I like to think of myself as a pretty smart basketball player. I know how to use tricks, and I know how to manipulate certain people, manipulate the ball in my hand. You know what I'm saying? I like doing things like trying to set up pick and rolls, and give and goes, and just regular fundamental stuff. Sometimes I'll do a high-low. Basically, I'm on the outside and letting the guard, the person who's running point, post up, and I give him the ball, and then I'll start running without the ball, cut into the lane, trying to find lanes. He gives it back to me, and now I have an open shot. Doing high lows, things like that. I like doing things like that. You know what I'm saying? I like of course, the intricacies of the game. It's a smart man's game. It's fluid. It's and it's constantly moving, but there's thought in the movement. It's setting up. You should watch how Steph Curry gets to his spots so he can shoot. I mean, he can shoot basically with people on his face and stuff, but he's constantly moving without the ball. Like he'll bring the ball up the court, pass it to somebody, and he's constantly moving, constantly trying to get around someone's pick or get around the defense, get to his spot. As soon as he gets the ball back, he's already in his element. He can shoot. You know what I'm saying? You should watch him without him having the ball and watch what he does. It's kind of like what Rip Hamilton used to do with the Pistons. I predicted that they were going to win that championship back in 2004. I predicted that. As soon as they made the trade, when Ben Wallace and Rasheed Wallace was on the same team, and then you had Chauncey Billups and Rip Hamilton, I was like, they're going to win. They're going to win the championship. I predicted it, and I was right. Rip Hamilton had a sweet mid-range jumper. He always wore that little mask or whatever, but he had a sweet mid-range jumper. A lot of people forgot about him. Rip Hamilton, man. He was always moving without the ball, just circling around the defense, getting to that elbow jumper, that 18, 19-foot jumper. He gets the ball and right in the right spot. Sweet mid-range jumper. I love watching him play. So I love stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? The intricacies, not just the entertaining value, people going up for dunks and LeBron James jumping over everybody and dunking over everybody. No, it's the science behind it. You know what I'm saying? I love that. And shout out to Teddy Ellis. You know, if I'm not doing these, if I'm not recording these podcasts, I'm listening and yeah, I'm listening to other ones. Like Teddy Ellis is a great boxing trainer, and he's also a broadcaster, commentator, boxing analyst. And he has his podcast out called The Fight with Teddy Ellis. Go check him out. I listened to his episode yesterday. I love his take on the Julian Williams versus Jared Hurd. I talked about this like a week ago, and I always thought, why did Teddy Ellis didn't talk about it? They haven't talked about it yet, you know. But they finally did. They got around to it. They said once they started, they were like, you know, we are a little behind on this, but let's talk about this particular fight. And I love his analysis about it. I love how he talks about the process of a person becoming a champion. You should really hear him, man. It's very inspiring. You know, he says that's what boxing is all about: leaving everything, all of your doubt, all of your everything, all your shortcomings, your circumstances. When you get in that ring, that square circle, as he likes to call it, you know what I'm saying, everything else doesn't matter. You have a person in front of you. And so you have to be able to control yourself, learn how to climb that mountain. And I just love hearing Teddy Ellis speak about boxing. There's no one as more passionate about boxing than that guy. He's been around it for over 40 years. You know, he helped train the great Mike Tyson and all these other guys. So, and he's still training. But I just love hearing him. I wish he would go back to commentating on these pay-per-view cards or Showtime or something like that, or something. But I think he still does with ESPN, the PBC when it goes on there. But I just wish they would use him more as commentator, because he's a very bright guy, very wise guy. You know, he's not perfect when it comes to judging boxing. I admit that. You know, I don't, because I judge scorecards and I don't agree with him all the time. You know what I'm saying? So, but I still love listening to him analyze boxing. I still love his analogies, his take, his honesty. I just love it. So if you're a boxing fan out there and you listen to this, I'm sure you know, or you should know, who Teddy Ellis is. And you know, listen to his podcast. It's called The Fight. I highly recommend that you listen to him when it comes to boxing. And I love how he relates boxing to life. You know, the comparison, you know, I just love it, and it's very inspiring, very inspirational. So go listen to him. But yeah, I'll be going off on that. You know what I'm saying? Those are my interests. Those are some of the things I'm interested in. Last night, when I stopped driving for the day, I went back and after editing these videos and uploading these clips, not videos, audio clips. After I'd done all of that, I picked up my PS4 and started playing, or resumed playing, Infamous 2. Not Infamous 2, Infamous Second Son, which is the third one in the series. And I think they have one with the girl. I forgot what that's called. Purple Lightning or something like that. I forgot what it's called. But I went back and played, started playing, resumed playing Second Son, and I'm playing it, and it took me a while to sort of remember how it's organized, how to go to your next mission and doing all these things. I'm playing the role of the bad guy, like, because you can be good, like you can help people and be good, and there's meters for those, or you can be completely evil. And I chose to take the evil route. Like I would kill random people sometimes. I kill all the bad guys, but then I don't save anybody for good. So I'm all about myself in the game. I chose to do that, and then after I've ended the story and beat the game, I'll do it again and being all good. But I just like to experience being just a bad person, because you're this person who have the special ability to manipulate electricity, and you use that to stop the bad guys and things like that. But there's karma involved, and your karma level increases or decreases depends on what you're doing. So if you're being evil, people who are being trapped and you're not saving them, your meter goes up. And so I'm chosen to take the evil path in this game, and so I didn't get really far because I kept dying, first of all, and I think I put it on like the hardest level, which I usually do when I play an RPG, because I just like the challenge. So that's what I'm doing right now. But I haven't played it in such a long time. I downloaded it like almost a year ago, but I put it to the side because, once Shenmue came out, Shenmue 1 and 2, when they redid it, I got that and started playing that. I beat that a few times. And then when Dead or Alive came out, I went back into my fighting game mode and just exclusively playing that. But I have quite a few games on PS4, but I just focus on like 2 or 3 of them. Then the night before that, I played Flower, just to relax my mind. Then I fell asleep. If you haven't heard of Flower, play Flower. It's a beautiful game. And I mentioned that before in another podcast, but play that. It's very relaxing. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to wonder. You just control the wind, control the flower buds with the wind, and it's very relaxing. It's soothing, and the more buds you collect, the more areas you kind of sort of unlock, and you can unlock several secret flowers around the area, and it's just a beautiful. You don't have to really do anything. It's just the music is the music in this game is very soft, and it's mellow, and it's beautiful. It's just a beautiful experience in a video game. So I recommend you play that game. You know what I mean? So I've done that. So I'm just trying to not stick to just fighting. I'm not all about fighting, you know what I'm saying? I like to relax and explore. So, but I don't know what else to talk about, really, to be honest. I'm gonna mention Shenmue. I gotta throw them in there. Shenmue's coming out August 27th. You know what? I was thinking maybe, Shenmue and YSNet and Sega, should probably pay me for just doing all this advertisement for their game. But I'm a fan, so I'm gonna talk about it anyway. It don't matter. I love playing the game. I love the game. I love the story. So I mean, if it reaches, if this somehow reaches some sort of Sega exec, or if it reaches some Sega fan and they're connected to some of these people, hey, so be it. My name is Michael. My name is Michael Holmes. You can look me up on Facebook. My performance name is Mr. Mike. I'm an MC, producer, and I've done all these things. I'm a filmmaker, editor, and I have a plethora of skills that you can use me on. I don't have a lot of money. I don't have a lot of equipment, but I can do the equipment that I have. I can use to make content, what I'm doing now. So very savvy in that sense. So if you're out there, if you want to use me for something, hey, I'm here. I've done things with the Shenmue community on Facebook, with different groups. I've done stuff with them, taking pictures and submitting my comments and things like that. So I'm plugged in with them. So if you're out there, if you're listening, I'm a big Shenmue fan. I love the game. So can't wait till it comes out. So, but yeah, I hope you guys are doing well, man. I don't know too much about the zeitgeist of the trends that are going on. So I don't know. I did mention a Harriet Tubman situation with the $20 bill. These politicians are kind of putting that on halt and stuff or whatever. I don't know. It's just weird. We live in a weird society. We live in a strange country, strange ideas, strange laws that are being passed that are not really helping the people. are making decisions, not really considering all aspects of everything, not considering science, not considering the environment. They're not considering the people that they're making laws for. They're not considering that. So we just live in a strange time. This, I don't know, utopia, if you will. So I don't have too much comments on that. The only thing I can reside in, the only thing that I can, display is love. That's the only thing that I believe in. That's the thing that gets me throughout the day, throughout life, is love. You know what I'm saying? So that's the main thing that I want to be about, in all aspects of my life, not just the show or whatever. Love, you know what I'm saying? I love you. So, but I'm gonna cut this short today. I don't want to keep dragging on, just doing that. I don't want to waste your time. So I appreciate you guys listening. This is the Trucker Diary series. This is Mr. Mike. I love you. Peace. God bless. And I will talk to you later. I love you. Peace.